friends, and welcome back to Sunshine and Serenity to part 2 of Start Seeds with me. So if you caught part 1, which posted the other day, then you saw some of the varieties that I am starting as far as seeds. I had quite a bit of them and I actually got even more seeds in today. So I am going to be doing part 2 of this video. I'm just going to show you kind of how I set up what I start for seeds, like my seed starting kind of setup, and walk you through that in a minute. But if you are new to the channel, welcome. We are so happy to have you here. If you will take a moment to hit that like and subscribe button, it just helps my channel to grow, and it helps us to be able to get our story out to more people and to share it with others. So I would greatly appreciate if you did that. Drop me a comment below. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what seeds you're starting this year, and if you've already started your seeds. We live in Central Arkansas, Zone 7B. So we have a pretty long growing season, and I'm a little bit late starting my seeds this year, and I explained why in my previous video, but we just recently moved to our new property, and so because of that, I hadn't been able to start seeds until now. But that's okay. We have a pretty long growing season, so it shouldn't be a super big deal. It'll just mean that I'll be getting tomatoes a little bit later, which is okay because maybe we'll beat some of the super summer heat, right? But anyways, so I already started. I already put my soil in my trays just to save on time. But what I use is to hold my seeds in. I use this flat bottom tray. Now these are the ones without the holes, and I do like to bottom water my seedlings because it just helps to cut down on some of the disease issues without getting the leaves and things like that wet. So I do like to bottom water, and then that also allows me to add in some like liquid fertilizers as we need you know, some nutrients, things like that. So I do use those flat bottom trays to set mine up in. Now I do start all of my seeds off in 6-cell or big or smaller sections. I'm going to be starting mostly tomatoes and peppers today, so I will start them in this, and then as they grow bigger, I will actually up pot them into, if I can find it, I will up pot them into pots like this. So as they grow and they need space and we go to up pot them, I will either up pot them into pots like this, or I have also used red Solo cups in the past. So I do that as well. And that just gives it a little bit more room to grow and allows me to plant the tomato plants a little bit deeper so that it grows a stronger root system. But just for the sake of, I do start a lot of plants and I have a limited amount of space. I do start them in these 6 cells to be able to get more in a smaller footprint, so I'm not having to use as much grow light, as much space and things like that, especially since I'm kind of feeling out how much space I'm actually going to have indoors right now to start seeds until I get our hoop house going, which I hope that we will have that up this summer. And so stay tuned. Whenever we go to build that, we will show you all our process on that as well. But today we're going to be starting some seeds. So what I use is the flat bottom trays, the 6-cell things, and I sometimes will use plant tags. I don't have any of those, but I did have a bunch of these craft sticks or popsicle sticks, and so I'm just using what I have. I'm not gonna have to buy anything unnecessarily. I'll just use what I got. But I use this, and I will use my Sharpie wherever it is. There it is. I will use my Sharpie to write on there what I started, since I do have lots of different varieties, and I will also write on there whether it is a determinate or indeterminate tomato as well, solely for the fact that I'm going to group all of my indeterminates together and then all of my determinants together in our in-ground garden setup. So I will mark that as well with a D or an I. Other than that, other than starting the seeds, I will just start them, and then I'll go ahead and I'll fill up the bottom with water and let them soak up that water. And then since it is nice outside and it's supposed to be fairly warm over this next week or so, I'm just going to actually leave my trays outside unless we get rain or something like that. Then I'll move them inside. But is supposed to be really nice as far as temperature wise, that I think they'll do okay. And then obviously I will move them back in at night, and that'll just kind of help cut down on some of the grow light usage that I have to use by using just the natural heat and sunlight that we're getting during the week. Obviously if you live in a northern climate, I know that's not super possible, but before we moved to this house, before I had an outdoor shop that I could use, I actually used a rack, a seed starting rack, like a metal shelving rack with grow lights in my bedroom. So that's how I started seeds prior to moving here. So if you have a spare room in your bedroom, a laundry room, a spare closet, somewhere like that, that you could start, just set up a rack and put some seeds in there. I've even seen people start them like in their kitchen on the bar. I've seen people start them in their bathroom, in their bathtub. So just get creative. You can start seeds. If you live in a northern climate, I have also seen the winter sowing method. So if you're not familiar with that, you can take milk jugs or plastic jugs, and you can actually sow seeds in soil in the bottom, have drainage hole, and then tape it up, and then that acts as a greenhouse for your seedlings, and so that helps keep them warm if you live in a northern climate, and then you can keep those outdoors as well. So if you're not familiar with that, check out that method, as well as you can use things like old salad containers for like mini greenhouses. You can use blueberry containers, fruit containers, anything like that you can repurpose and recycle into using for seed starting. So I hope this helps get some ideas for you guys on how to start your seeds, and give you some inspiration and some hope if you feel like it was too late to start your seeds. Like I said, I'm in Central Arkansas, Zone 7B, and I'm getting a late start, but we have kind of a long growing season, so it's not going to be a big deal for me that I'm starting them a little bit later. We just may be, like I said, a little later in the season getting things, and that's okay. But as always, thanks for joining me and following along. Again, if you will hit that like and subscribe button, share my videos with your friends, family, it just helps our channel grow. And you know, check out all the really cool projects that we're getting done around here. Again, I apologize for the noise. We live on a busy highway, so it can be loud sometimes. But check out some of the projects that we're doing. I had some video drop of us planting our very first fruit trees. We're going to be doing our berries soon. We're going to be tilling our in-ground garden. We're going to be setting up rabbit hutches. We're going to be getting chickens. We're going to be all the things, all the really fun things that we get to do on our very first homestead. So I hope you will join along with us in that journey and those videos. And I hope this gives you, like I said, some inspiration on some easy ways to start seeds, and going with what you have, where you're at, and just remember, it's never too late to just start. Just start, just do it, jump into it, get going, because once you get going, you'll get growing, right? So get growing. All right, y'all, I will see you guys on the next video, and until I see y'all again, y'all have a blessed week. Bye, friends.